At some point, you've probably asked why you attracted narcissistic people into your life. But we now know the answer to this. It's because you're an attractive person. It's not that you specifically attract only narcissists. You attract all things. In my coaching experience over the past 5 years, I've had the privilege of speaking with some of the most beautiful people, both physically, mentally, and emotionally beautiful people. People just like you. You're like a bright bug-zapping light on a midsummer night, attracting all things out there, mosquitoes and June bugs and beetles. And when you are an attractive light, you're going to attract all of these things. And the question now has become not why you only attract narcissists, which isn't true, but why your bug zapper doesn't quite work right. In other words, why you allow some of the grossest bugs to land. That's really what we need to focus on. Why, I guess, are you attracted to narcissists? And now this becomes the question, and a lot of people are asking this question now, but it gets even deeper than that. Because the reality is you're not attracted to narcissistic people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to break down for you in this message on a deeper level the things that I've discovered through my years of coaching that you are in fact attracted to, that has nothing really to do with the narcissistic person or the bug. It's something else. So I'm going to give you the top 3 things that I've come across that you are attracted to that keeps you bound in toxic relationships. Well, let's go there. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal Weed. Now, before I do continue with this very important message on why you are attracted to narcissistic people, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls as well as video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So if you are looking for one-on-one support to help you understand further why you are attracted to these types of toxic situations, then head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'd love to work with you and help you through this. In addition to that, I do have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and in person each and every day, Monday through Friday. Now, the Royal Weed community is a live coaching program. It's not pre-recorded. I'm spending my time with you each and every day to answer your questions, to hold you accountable so that we can break these trauma bonds, stay away from narcissistically abusive situations, and move into a better life full of purpose and full of joy. So if you're looking for that, if you need that accountability, head on down there and get started. Now, let's dive right into this. Why are you attracted to narcissists? So it used to be, why are narcissists attracted to you? But we've already debunked that. You're an attractive person. Get used to it. You're going to attract all things out there. So now we then understand that, okay, well, it's not that I just attract narcissists, but I must then be attracted to narcissists. And that has become the new question. But I'm going to take it even a step further because I've discovered 3 things that you're actually attracted to. And it's not really about the narcissist. Let's jump right into this. Number 1, based on my experience, you are most likely attracted to this chase, this thing. There's this thing that you are attracted to that we need to pull out from the narcissistic person that you've been dealing with, or the narcissistic family members that you've been dealing with. Because what you're attracted to is not them, but this thing that is represented in the relationship. What is this thing? This thing is the chase. It's a chase for attention, a chase for affection, a chase for love, a chase for belonging. This becomes the attractive thing. This becomes what you are attracted to, that chase. Now, this attraction that you have for this chase, this thing, may come from a background or a childhood of never quite receiving attention, affection, love, support, encouragement. And so as a result, this thing, where it's like a void, if you will, is what you're used to. It's what you've known. It's become a code, if you will, in this life that you've been trying to crack all of your life. What is this void? What is this emptiness where there's no attention, where there's no support, where there's no love? What is this thing, and can I manage to understand it? Can I manage to break that code? This is what you are attracted to. And sadly, really, you could attach any person to that. Anybody who treats you horribly, Anybody who starves you and robs you of attention and affection can cause you to become attracted to this thing. And this is why in many of my experiences with people just like you, I have found it so peculiar and odd that such a beautiful person like you, beauty on the outside, full of life and joy on the inside, would be with somebody who's smoking stuff and drugged out and nothing to look at. And this is where I developed this understanding that there's nothing attractive about that person. It must be this thing. So that's number one. So separate the thing away from narcissists, and now you know what you're attracted to. And my hope for you is that you start to really take some time to consider this thing that I'm talking about. Maybe right now, get out a piece of paper, start jotting down, what is this thing that I'm really attracted to? And be brutally honest with yourself. Whether it's that chase for affection, chase for belonging, chase for someone to validate you, whatever it is, separate that thing from the narcissistic people you've been dealing with, and now you're going to know more about what you're really attracted to. It's not the person and their drug habits and cheating habits and yelling and screaming and cussing and violence. There's nothing attractive about that to you. But what you are attracted to is this thing. Identify that. All right. Number two, you're most likely attracted to the biochemistry. What is the biochemistry involved? It's the body's reaction to the instability. It's the heightened chemicals that are released in your body within this relationship. In other words, this relationship allows you to become an adrenaline junkie. It's the biochemistry. It's no more different than skydiving. Why do people skydive? Well, they're addicted to something. Are they addicted to jumping out of an airplane with a backpack on their back? Well, probably not. It's a highly unstable situation. Their feet are not on the ground. Similarly, when you're in a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person, your feet are not grounded. It's highly unstable. It's like jumping out of an airplane with a backpack on. It produces the same biochemistry. The unsettled. Where am I going? Will this work? Will I die? Well, whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's the biochemistry. That the heightened chemicals from the adrenaline throughout the toxic relationship, the endorphins, the serotonin, the lovemaking, the fighting, the yelling, the screaming, on and on and on. The instability creates the biochemical release, and biochemicals are highly addictive. And so this gets into the addictive nature of humanity. Yes, you are, in fact, an addictive personality, much like me. When I say addictive, I mean addictive in a healthy way. Of course, addictions can become unhealthy. Addictions to alcohol, addictions to drugs, addictions to narcissistic personalities. All of which, these things, they all have one thing in common. What do they have in common? They excite your biochemistry. So a part of understanding your attraction to narcissistic people comes down to understanding your addiction to your own biochemistry. When you understand this, you'll be able to, again, separate the narcissistic person from this thing that you're attached to, which is the biochemistry. And now you can start to work on other avenues to fulfill that. Perhaps you need to try skydiving. I don't know. Know what I mean? Go strap yourself to a rocket. Become like that guy out in California that tried to launch himself to the moon. You know what I mean? Drink some Red Bulls and go BMX bike racing. I don't know what it is in your life, but if you have a high threshold for feeding your biochemistry, that's something to consider and to explore. The narcissistic person that you've been dealing with or family members probably allowed for an easy avenue for you to experience that. And so you became attracted to it because it's easy. It's easy to just get yelled at and threatened and have things thrown at you. It's an easy, low-hanging fruit way of getting your fix of your own biochemistry, which is what you're attracted to. All right? And by the way, when you get out of a toxic relationship, if you do not work on fulfilling your own biochemical needs, you will start to notice that you'll ruminate. Why? Because your biochemistry is also connected to your mind. So even when a narcissistic person is not in your life anymore, you can replay and rehash all the old fights and all the old battles. And what will happen? You can feel yourself fill with the same biochemistry. You can feel the adrenaline pumping through your veins. I've been there. I've experienced this. How did I break it in my own life? Stepped outside, started doing some pretty crazy things, exercising, climbing down the side of 19-story buildings, living my life again, allowing my body to adapt to the understanding that there are great things in this life to experience that will fulfill my biochemical needs. I don't need to mess around with losers who are narcissistically abusive people who just want to trigger in these weird little fights and this and that. Again, it's a cheap, low-hanging fruit way of getting your biochemical fix. So, but there's an attraction to that. Okay. Last but not least, number 3. This is a real doozy, folks, but you may actually be not addicted. You may actually be attracted to the distance that the relationship represents. It's a distance in the relationship that feels safer. I come across this all the time as a coach working one-on-one with people to discover at the end of conversations that there's actually a safer feeling in a relationship where you're automatically established as distant because they are so abusive. Your attraction is to the distance of the relationship. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, as much as you would like to believe that you want a relationship of togetherness and unification, and you'd like to have somebody who sees you and gets you and understands you, deep down subconsciously, the idea and the thought of that type of unification, being equally yoked, being shoulder to shoulder, having someone to wake up with every morning, go to bed with every night, even though it sounds idealistic, deep down, you don't really want that. Deep down, you're attracted to not having that. And I know some of you might be shaking your head saying, no, Kevin, you don't know me. That's exactly what I want. I'm tired of being alone. Well, if you were tired of being alone, then you really would go after somebody who would fill in that place where you've been feeling lonely. But chances are you actually have some form of safety in that alone time, which is why you may be engaged in this relationship where it's back and forth and you're together for some time and then you're thrown out and you're distant for a long time and then you're back together and then you're thrown out, because you don't have to worry about the expectations of commitment. You don't have to worry about the expectations that comes with being shoulder to shoulder with someone in a healthy way. Because perhaps you're afraid of the expectations involved in that. Perhaps you're not sure of what that would even look like. And so you're attracted more towards this relationship that allows you to, while you're saying it's abusive, which it is, but you're also using that as reason to stay away at a safe distance so that you don't have to worry about what you don't know about a committed, solid, good, healthy relationship. In other words, it might even be more terrifying for you to have a very good relationship. I come across this all the time too. I have had people during one-on-one coaching who have explained to me honestly that they have had very good people who they dated in their life. Very good people. The type of people that they could do anything and everything with together. And every time I ask, well, what happened? I don't know. I just it wasn't, I wasn't really what I wanted. Because maybe deep down you don't want that type of togetherness and what it represents. Perhaps it's a little bit too intimate. Nothing wrong with that, being attracted to a distant type of relationship. Nothing wrong with that at all. Own it, accept it. This is just to help you to understand that it's not the narcissistic person that you are attracted to in no way, shape, or form. But these 3 things that I've broken down for you exist outside of that person. And these things that you're attracted to are things that are within you. Again, it's the chase you're attracted to. It's the biochemistry that you're attracted to. And it's possibly even the distance in the relationship that you are attracted to. My hope for you is that You learn to understand these things. And my goal and my hope in working with you is to help you get to a place to where you can have a healthy relationship. Because here's the deal. In a true, healthy relationship, one that I hope you can experience in this life, through communication, you can manage to express all of these things together in a healthy relationship. Perhaps you can establish a way to keep room for chase. Perhaps you can establish a way to challenge your biochemistry. Perhaps you can establish a way through honest communication on how to keep a distance that's going to allow you to not feel smothered. What I always tell people is, look, it's always easier to find a good person and through communication, explore the chaos you need in your life than it is to find a chaotic narcissistic person and try to find good. I'm going to leave you with that. I am here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments. Head on down there, schedule some time with me, and join the Real We Coaching Program if you're looking for that type of accountability. Until I'm back, watch this video right here, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We.